Where the fuck is Last Guardian?
And with that, welcome to a stupid podcast thing with me and
Ramble.
Nagi. A ramble. Yeah, fucking whole ramble.
Because we all know E3's coming, and I remember last year, the Square Enix reveals, we gotta carry that to this year, dude.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, we're just gonna bullshit for like I don't know how long about what we think's gonna happen at E3 and talk.
And
about
then we
that
have
stuff.
just like, in like the Wikipedia page for E3 14 has like the list of all the games being planned on being shown.
Which
I kind of want to go through them.
maybe okay. I
Yeah.
guess we can just hit some of those.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We'll just go through them. All right. Why don't we just start at the beginning?
Yeah.
Borderlands, the pre-sequel,
Pre-sequel.
which is going to be coming out PC, PS3, and 360.
Well, one of the shittiest names I've ever seen in a video game title.
It's terrible. It doesn't make any sense, and it's like Wii U. It's a
Like,
horrible marketing
when
mistake.
is it even like in the timeline? There's one in. What does pre-sequel mean?
Right. So the pre-sequel means that it takes place between Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's
So
just-
it's the origin story of the villain from Borderlands 2, apparently. Who's called like
okay.
Captain Jack or some shit from Doctor Who. No,
And
I
is
think
it like is it like becoming a thing where the title? The game like art has this like the guy at the mask just shooting himself in the face every time.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know who that guy is. I think he's an
Yeah.
enemy. Have you played a Borderlands game before?
I played like an hour of the first one and I just couldn't care because
You
it
didn't
was
care
just
about
like
it?
it's just like first person adventures, whatever.
It's just like first person shooter open world crazy weapon type deal.
Yeah.
Right? I mean this is last generation. It's PS3 360, so
And honestly, I stopped caring about the last gen.
yeah.
Like-
Well,
like-
the thing is they're clearly doing Borderlands 3 for next gen. So they just it's
Yeah.
like that, you know, when they did Gears of War Judgment and God of War Ascension, which were the like after they finished the trilogies of both of those, they're like, "Oh, we need another game because this console generation hasn't ended yet." That's what this feels like. It's like,
They're just like stalling.
yeah, they're just stalling. Like they need to put out a game, they haven't got the next one ready, so they're kind of just like, "Well, here's this half step, and
It's
we
funny
need money."
because like God of War Ascension was like incredibly short, which is probably what they like stalled for like a really short game just so the PS4 can get going again.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm sure they'll. What? Okay, prediction. What press conference will that be shown at? Because it's 2K, so it could be at Microsoft or Sony.
Microsoft.
I think Microsoft are going to show it.
Borderlands is always a Microsoft thing, like an Xbox thing. Like I
Yeah.
don't see I don't see anybody playing like a Borderlands game like at all on a
Right.
PS3. Like I never have.
All right. Well, next game is Civilization Beyond Earth, which is
We
like
can't
a
even talk
future.
today, can't we?
It's a futuristic version of Civilization.
I never heard of Civilization.
You have you not heard of Civ? It's massive, man. It's like, you know, Age of Empires.
I've
Right?
heard of.
You know.
Isn't Age of Empire? Oh wait, I've heard of Age of Empires. I love that game.
Right, there you go. Fucking Christ.
Dude, I fucking love Age of Empires. That game is so fun.
Yeah, so Civ is basically that style of like city building, not city building. It's not like SimCity. It's like organizing like an empire or some shit. I don't know, but
Yeah.
this one is going to be futuristic. So this is basically like space cities and all that nonsense. But it's only on PC, so I don't see it showing up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who's behind Civilization. If it's, I don't think it's EA or Ubisoft, so probably not gonna. It's probably just
Yeah.
be on the show floor, honestly.
Yeah, like a lot of a lot of games here might just be show floor stuff.
All right, so next up we have Evolve.
Never heard
which
of that.
Okay, well let me tell you about Evolve. It is a game for the next generation, or the current. I keep fucking doing that, right? And it pisses me off that I still do it. Say next
I just
generation.
say last and current now.
Yeah, okay, PS4, Xbox, right? This generation.
You know what peeves me though? When game journalists say next gen.
Yes, see,
That
I do it
pisses me
myself.
off.
I get annoyed at all the journalists were doing it, but
Oh my god.
anyway,
No, I think it's because like for some reason people are still in the stigma of developing games for last gen, which I don't understand that.
yeah, it's,
I don't know, like I feel as if like it's been almost like 8 months. They kind of need to move on now.
I think it takes about a year for people to adjust. So around like maybe September time, I'll have got used to it. But it's still one of those things.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Maybe it's the whole like thing of like my mentality has shifted towards like accepting PS4 and Xbox One as current gen because I actually own the consoles.
sure, exactly. I don't have it either.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so you're so like people's mentality of still owning a 360 and PS3 is that they're current gen and it's
right,
next.
right. Well, anyway, let me tell you about Evolve. Evolve is an asymmetric multiplayer game. So when I say asymmetric, it's like people are doing different things, like on Nintendoland, where someone has the gamepad and the other people are like running away in Mario Chase. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you play as either some soldiers on the ground shooting, or as a giant fucking monster dinosaur thing.
You know what that sounds like?
No.
It sounds like a hybrid of you know the PS1 series called Dino Crisis.
Yes, I have Dino Crisis 2 on my PS1.
It's fantastic, but
Yeah.
it sounds like in Gears of War 3, there's this mode where you can play as the enemies in this online thing where
Mhm.
we have like actual like human player soldiers against like human player enemies.
Yeah.
Like like this like the demon zombie like buck dudes.
Sure.
And it sounds like this kind of game where just like you can play as you can just play as like the dinosaurs as like enemies just because like the game allows you to.
Well, it's like a full-on multiplayer game. So one person is the dinosaur, and then 4 people are against
Okay,
them.
now sorry to cut you off, but I'm like I'm getting kind of annoyed of these like multiplayer only games.
Yeah, like Titanfall.
Yeah, I just don't understand why people are cutting like single player stuff now in their games. It just
Well,
it's getting me annoyed.
I think a lot of it has to do with development costs going up for this generation and people thinking that they can kind of piecemeal games instead of, because Call of Duty every year is single player and multiplayer and zombies
Yeah.
or Alien, whatever. That's a really rounded, solid package you get for $60. And now you have things like Titanfall where it's like, oh, it's just multiplayer, there's nothing else, but it's still the same $60. And then I guess they're needing to do that for the development costs because they're not able to pack as much in.
It's just that like the whole mentality of just like even like single player games in general like half-heartedly just like packing in like multiplayer options
Yeah.
suck. It's getting me annoyed.
Well, I mean, you don't have to play it or buy it, so there's that, and you
But
can
it- no,
kind
but
of
just,
support the single player stuff that you want. So
But it's just like, well, I was talking to an example. Like they have like multiplayer options when it's clearly like a single player experience, and the multiplayer isn't even that fun.
yeah. Well, anyway, Evolve sounds awesome. I may give it a shot at some point because it's coming to PC as well. So, anyway, the next two 2K games are both sports franchises. I don't have a lot to say. It's NBA and WWE.
Our balls can dribble.
Yes, indeed. Dribbling basket.
I love that trailer last year.
Have you played any basketball NBA stuff before?
Back in the PS1.
Back in PS1?
Okay. There's this huge gap with me in sports games. I stopped playing sports games on the PS1 and 64, and then I came back around like 2008 just to play FIFA
Fair enough.
because football is fun.
Yeah. And then WWE, which I have a GameCube game, WrestleMania X8 is what it's called. That's the only wrestling game I've ever owned, and I'm not really interested in them, so those will be there. Anyway, let's move on to Activision Blizzard. Fucking juggernauts.
The next COD. I'm a COD fan, so.
So, what do you think about the good old Kevin Spacey showing up in Call of Duty?
Oh, dude. If there's one actor that I like just as much as George Clooney, it's fucking Kevin Spacey, man.
He is a master. My God. Have you
Did you
seen
ever
House of Cards yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've seen like 21, right? And
I think I have. Yeah.
The Negotiator with
I
Samuel
haven't.
Jackson.
I haven't seen that. No.
Kevin Spacey's just fantastic, dude.
Well, my dad's been telling me Usual Suspects is Kevin Spacey movie.
Yeah,
that's one I should watch.
he for me, he's right up there with George Clooney. Who's like my favorite actor.
So I guess you're looking forward to this actually, like more than previous years of COD then.
Well, it's kind of funny with me. Like even though like I'm a massive fan of COD and I'm just like naturally good at it.
Yeah.
I actually had this fallout with the game since Black Ops 1.
Mm.
When I get Advanced Warfare, I've essentially skipped like Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3.
Well, from all I
It's gonna be
hear,
like a big. So it's gonna be a big shift.
all I hear is that I think Black Ops 2 was generally well
and
received,
Ghost.
but Modern Warfare 3 and Ghost were just shit on, apparently.
Yeah,
So.
I'm gonna basically just be like skipping those 3 games and going from Black Ops 1 to Advanced Warfare.
Interesting thing about Advanced Warfare is being developed by Sledgehammer Games. This is the
What have
first
they done?
Call of Duty. I don't know. I think they've helped with COD before, but this is the first one they're doing on their own, and they've now basically made it so that COD is a 3-year cycle game. They have 3 teams, because they got Infinity Ward, they got Treyarch, and now they have Sledgehammer. So this is the first Sledgehammer game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I kind of like Treyarch is like my favorite one of the 3.
Yeah, that seems to be what it's been
that's
like.
The consensus.
Yeah, it's consensus. I mean, definitely after all the guys left Infinity Ward, all the talent left Infinity Ward to go form Respawn, then
Treyarch is the best one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. And you'll be getting it on PS4, right?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. So Destiny, big thing. That's definitely going to be at the Sony conference, in my opinion. They had it there last year, and it's kind of this like Bungie betrayal almost. Like Sony have Bungie and Microsoft have Insomniac. That's how I feel it goes.
I don't really care for Destiny at all.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it honestly seems like a open world multiplayer Halo.
Yes,
like,
and
okay,
you have just been ragging on the fact that everything's going open world multiplayer. So
no, like okay, do you see the box art for Destiny?
I haven't, no.
Okay, I'll show you, and it essentially looks like the Halo trailer from last year with Master Chief in the robe in the desert.
Wow, it really does.
Yeah.
Wow, that's striking. That looks to me like some kind of bullshit.
Halo
to be
game.
honest, wow.
Yeah, to me, Destiny is an open world Halo game with a different coat of paint, and like see like the background even has that like Halo looking thing. Like,
sure.
I don't know.
What's your experience with Halo?
I think it's trash.
Well, there you go.
I don't know.
Destiny doesn't get me excited, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
I'm not really into that kind of thing.
Like back in like 2006, I like downloaded Halo 1 on my computer for free because I just pirated it, and then like I played the first mission. I didn't like it at all, and then like when I got my 360, I borrowed my friend's Halo 3. I thought it was really bad, and I hated the multiplayer because all the players are just like crazy, like idiots, and that's why I got into COD, and COD's just fantastic.
Well, there you go. The next and last Activision Blizzard game that we know is definitely going to be there is Skylanders Trap Team. It's the fucking phenomenon of the entire world. Skylanders, stupid plastic toys, all plastic.
Yeah, something that a different company could have taken forth, but I guess not.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, Skylanders, it's a thing. I don't have much to say about it. Anything?
I haven't even seen footage of the game.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. They gotta have it there because it's their cash cow. So
definitely. Atlas with Persona 5.
Right. So Persona 5 got a announcement trail a few months ago, and a lot of people real hyped for this because Persona 4, especially Persona 4 Golden on Vita, was just heralded so highly by so many people, highly regarded, and I really want to get Persona 4 Golden. It's one of those ones on my hit list that I haven't kind of gotten to yet. What's your experience with the Persona franchise?
By the way.
Huh?
Something to actually play on the Vita, by the way.
Exactly, yeah. What I was going to ask, what Persona games have you played, if any?
I'm honestly not a fan of Atlas games in general. Well,
really,
okay.
even a JRPG like this?
Okay, I'll be specific. I'm not a fan of Atlas RPGs.
Right. Okay.
Like Lufia and Persona and stuff.
So, have you tried Persona before, though?
Yeah.
Which one?
3 Faz on the PS2.
Okay.
Like, I hate the music. It's just really shitty rap tracks as like the battle theme.
Is that it? That's literally it. Just the music.
The battle theme in general, like the whole like anime-esque like interaction and like statistics and like how they morph together, basically a dating sim and an RPG together. I don't like that.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, there's that. Next up, we have Lords of the Fallen, which
The
is a
name
game.
gets me excited.
It's a weird name. It's a game from Bandai Namco, who are now Bandai Namco Worldwide. They used to be Namco Bandai, but they decided to change it so that they are now Bandai Namco Worldwide. And
Yeah. And the name
I
is,
have no idea what the hell this game is. I just looked up some screenshots. It looks very Witcher-esque, very kind of Dark Souls-y. What's your take, Nagi?
I'm a fan of dark like,
Fantasy.
yeah, dark fantasy, like Dark Souls and Witcher and stuff.
Yeah, it looks pretty dark fantasy.
And I have heard that's kind of action based. That could be a good thing. And
Yeah.
and like I'm actually always been a fan. Like, how some Eastern developers will have their own take on Western RPG fantasy.
Right. Yeah.
Like how Dark Souls is basically like a Japanese game, but it's like heavily like Western.
Mhm.
Yeah, this game is like essentially the same thing, and I'm actually really excited for that.
Well, looking forward to it. You have Bethesda, and they have a game called Battle Cry, which I believe was pretty recently announced.
Never heard.
No, neither have I. I think it's. Yeah, I don't really know. It's apparently it is from a studio called Battle Cry Studios, and
Trust me, I clicked it too. It didn't even get to a game.
and yeah, and apparently this is their first game, and it's going to be free to play multiplayer game, and they are kind of backed up by ZeniMax, who made Elder Scrolls Online. So I don't know, some kind of MMO influence there, maybe, perhaps. So I don't know, nothing to really say on that. There's not really any information, but there is a lot of information and a lot of stuff on The Evil Within, which I know that you're stoked for this, Nagi. So
Dude,
why don't you tell us why?
Dude, I love this game's like atmosphere and premise and like the whole gameplay like elements. Like, have you seen any of the demo footage?
I haven't, because I'm a giant pussy and I don't like horror games.
Dude, I love games like this, like Silent Hill and like Resident Evil. Oh my
Well,
God.
this is what's his name? Shinji Mikami, right?
Yeah, it's a Mikami game, and that gets me so excited just because like video games, they're just like extremely like grotesque and gruesome in a good way. Just get me like really pumped up like for the scenery and the gameplay.
Yeah,
And
and this
I
is just a full-on horror title, right?
Yeah, and it's just like it turns like the gruesome spectrum up to the max. Like, I'll show you like a screenshot. Hold on.
I don't want to see a screenshot. You can show me afterwards. We'll just you can show me afterwards. Don't worry. All right, let's move on. We've got Capcom. Deep Down, which is a game that was shown.
Right, there's a new version of Street Fighter.
Yeah, obviously Street Fighter Extra Ultra Super Uber Duper Edition. No, Deep Down. You remember this from last year, right? Deep Down.
Barely.
Well, it is a very good-looking, free-to-play kind of Dark Souls-esque game.
Is free-to-play becoming like a thing now?
It is. It's very much a thing. It is indeed.
My question is, where's the profit in free-to-play?
I don't know, man. Don't ask me. All I know is that this has it's probably one of the best looking PS4 games to this date, and I'm very interested to see how that shakes out. Because so far we don't have a huge amount of good looking PS4 games. So
yeah, and I guess I'll be getting it.
Yeah, well, if it's free and it's on PS4, you have no excuse, right?
I probably need Plus, and I don't have Plus.
Yeah.
Mine expired like a week ago, and I need to get myself a new.
You need to sort that out. Well, the other big Capcom title is, of course, Monster Hunter 4, and the 4 Ultimate was going to be coming to 3DS. 4 came out in Japan last year, or earlier this year, maybe, and God, just did gangbusters because it's Monster Hunter, and it's a numbered entry. And the expanded, more ultimate version is going to be coming to the West, and yeah, that may well be there. That may well be there. So, that to look forward to.
But I haven't played one in like 2 to 3 years, so I have to get back into it.
Okay. Well, next up we have Deep Silver. and they got a couple of games. They got Homefront: The Revolution and Metro Redux. Homefront, a first-person shooter which did really well, kind of surprisingly well commercially, just because they had a huge marketing budget behind that thing. And I actually played like a demo of it or some kind of beta of it back a while ago, and I don't know, it wasn't really that interesting. It just seemed like a generic first-person shooter.
Yeah, it was all it is, but the story was kind of interesting. Where like it's like this like magical like alternate reality where I think it was either like Korea or Russia, one of those like countries in like FPSs that just take over other countries.
Yeah,
that just takes over like the U.S. and then like you're like the one guy that like escapes on a bus and
right. It's just war.
Yeah, but like I don't get it though. It's like it's always either like in like FPSs Koreans or Russians.
Yeah,
you noticed that, right?
Yeah, well, I mean that's how the industry works. So, the other title, Metro Redux, I believe is just going to be a collection. Is going to have the 2 Metro games, so 2033 and Last Light, both bundled together, and that was going to be for next gen. So, you know, Metro Last Light is one of the best looking PC games out there, so that's definitely going to make an impact on the new consoles, I'm sure.
Definitely,
that'll be interesting. So, then we have Devolver Digital.
Now for Devolver Digital, I'm not gonna say a word because PC is whatever to me.
Okay, well, I mean, they are interesting because they're publishing a lot of indie games. That's their scene, really. So they're publishing Broforce, Hotline Miami 2, and Not a Hero. All of these games are already... Actually, Broforce is it's in early access right now. But I'm pretty sure a lot of these games will come to PS4 like as indie titles because that is a thing that Sony have been pushing.
Yeah.
Hotline Miami, is that a game that you've played or do you know much about it?
I know the Hotline Miami like thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the series and like the whole like it was fun.
It's fucking difficult as shit. It is so hard. I got the first one as part of a Humble Bundle, and I played a bit of it, and it's so brutal. It is a crushingly difficult game. But I know a lot of people like that sort of thing, so second one, Wrong Number, is coming up, so seems cool. We've got Disney up next with Disney Infinity 2.0 and Fantasia Music Evolved.
Do not care.
Disney Infinity, again, similar to Skylanders, with not much to comment on there. Fantasia Music Evolved. Man, this game really got kicked in the nuts with the announcement of Kinect being dropped from Xbox, right? Because this is a Kinect-based game.
Well, you know, for good reason. Like Microsoft just making the console literally like you know Kaz Hirai's Twitter.
Yeah, the fake Kaz Hirai.
Yeah, like when that got announced, he was just like, the Xbox One is now the PS4 with Titanfall.
Yeah,
essentially what it is now.
Yeah.
So honestly, no one's gonna really miss this Fantasia game.
I mean, it looks really cool though. Like, I actually liked the look of it and what it was doing, and it had some neat stuff involved with it. So it's a shame that it's gonna get shafted. And I mean, there are still 5 million Kinects out there. That's how many Xbox Ones have been sold with it. So there's
5 million ripped off people.
There's some of an audience there that may pick it up. So you never know. You never know. It might do all right for itself. So anyway, let's move on to one of the big guns. We've got EA, the Electronic Arts, and they of course are going to have their own conference. Lot of stuff here. Let's just run down the list real quick and then we'll hit them as appropriate. Got Battlefield Hardline, Dragon Age Inquisition, EA Sports UFC, FIFA 15, Madden 15, Mirror's Edge 2, NHL 15, Star Wars Battlefront, and The Sims 4. So let's just tick off the sports franchises first. So we've got UFC, FIFA, Madden, and NHL. Any of those interesting to you?
FIFA.
FIFA? You're down for some FIFA 15?
Yeah, dude. I want to play against you, dude. Like, dude.
Well, buy me PS4 and buy me FIFA 15. I'll play.
I'm saying, like, I would bet money against you on FIFA.
Well, you probably would win because I'm terrible at it. The last FIFA game I played and owned is a PS1 FIFA 2000.
Oh wait, I just realized you're one of those Pez dudes.
No, I'm not one of those Pez dudes. I'm just not one of those people who play football video games.
Man.
I have like FIFA 2009 and like PES 08 on PS3 because they were both like 99p in the shop, and I was like, hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy the football game for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So I have
And
those.
I always really love like the soundtracks in FIFA games. They have some really good music.
Yeah, but FIFA 2000 has some good stuff. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it at the time. And I still kind of go back to it from time to time because FIFA 2000 is super fucking easy and I literally just run through players and do fancy goals and
Oh yeah, dude.
it's
Especially like the recent ones where you just like use like the right stick, just use like crazy crosses and stuff. Oh
yeah. It's cool. So,
mm.
let's home in on some big ones though. Stuff that you're interested in and I'm interested in.
Just,
the big
three.
two.
Well,
Huh?
for me, it's three.
Three. Okay. Well, I think the big one for both of us is Mirror's Edge 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
I love the first one.
I really like Mirror's Edge. I have it on PC and PS3. I haven't actually gone through enough of it. I need to do that and kind of relearn the game because I kind of started it and then didn't go back for a while and forgot how to play. So I need to start that from the beginning and go through it. But I'm super excited for them to bring a Mirror's Edge game and refine the whole bullshit gun stuff.
I honestly feel like I feel sad about it just because I feel as if they announced Mirror's Edge 2 so late.
Yeah.
That no one's gonna care, but I'm so excited for it.
Well, they definitely can super improve on a lot of the aspects. I think the game was a fantastic idea. It just had a lot of flaws to it, so hopefully they'll kind of address those.
First person like speed hardcore is like really fantastic.
It's super fun. So
and wait, so have you been in the first game yet?
I haven't, no. So.
Do you know about the achievement and the trophy or whatever about like called Test of Fate where you beat the game without shooting a gun?
Yeah, I did. I think you told me about that.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that I did that on my first playthrough, and people just like swear off that like achievement like it's the hardest thing in the world. I don't know.
I guess you have the talent, so there you go. Then we got Star Wars, right? Star Wars Battlefront.
Yep, that's 2 out of the 3 for me.
That's a big one. That's a huge one. A lot of people are speculating.
I know Nick is so excited for Battlefront.
Yeah, a lot of people are speculating that because this is DICE who are developing, that they're gonna change it and make it part of the Battlefield franchise and call it Star Wars Battlefield instead of Battlefront. Do you think that's likely?
No.
No?
Battlefront is its own series, and like
I mean, it is, but I think it doesn't have as good a brand recognition as Battlefield does at this point. And with DICE being in control of that franchise as well, I think maybe it's a possibility, perhaps.
I don't know, man. Like the name's already shown, and it's just Star Wars Battlefront. So it's gonna happen.
All right, well, there you go.
And it's gonna be like the third person, like stormtrooper goodness, or just like destroying armies.
Sure. Well, then we have Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, that's the third.
So, tell me about Dragon Age, because I have no idea what the hell goes on in this.
Dragon Age, the series, is essentially a Western fantasy RPG series about you being chosen as the Grey Warden, which is an order of knights sent, created, I guess, to destroy the Blight, which is like this like whole onslaught of like monsters that are called the Darkspawn.
Right.
And you just like go around like doing missions, like getting party members. It's
an RPG, Western RPG.
Yeah. It's a Western.
So would you describe it as a fantasy Mass Effect?
Kinda. It was made it's
made by the same people, right?
Yeah, it is made by. I forget their names all the time.
God, I'm blanking as well. Jeez. Well, there we go. We're idiots.
From the makers of.
The makers.
Mass Effect.
BioWare.
BioWare. That's the name.
Right.
Yeah, made by BioWare, and it's good. And like, I've actually been the first one twice because the game is fantastic, and then people harp on the second game for being like way too action heavy. For what the series roots were supposed to like contrast to.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, I'm really excited for Dragon Age 3.
All right.
Like, I can't wait for it.
Well, that's cool. The last thing to hit on this list, apart from The Sims 4, which I don't care about, it's The Sims, have fun with it, is Battlefield Hardline. And this is really interesting because it's not developed by DICE. It's developed by, I think, Visceral, I think.
Yep.
And this is a cops and robbers game. This
Wait,
isn't
really?
your traditional warfare Battlefield. It's on the streets. It's street warfare. Know what I'm saying?
Wait, like literally? You just like...
It's literally... I mean, this was basically leaked, and it's definitely going to be at E3, and that's basically what it is. It's on the streets game, so...
I don't know, like, you know about the whole Battlefront versus COD thing. I'm on the COD side, so I don't care.
Well, I mean, it's a completely different thing. It's not going to be it's not a war-based game. It's kind of a different take on it, so... I don't know.
Then we have Konami with the one game.
So Konami, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Which press conference do we see this at?
So,
wasn't it at Xbox last year?
Yeah, I was gonna say Microsoft paid Konami to have it on their conference. It's gonna probably be the same thing again.
Yeah, I think that maybe Microsoft will try and lock up some kind of exclusive content with Konami and getting Metal Gear Solid 5, because they need something there, you know, to kind of, because they're not getting anything from Square Enix. God damn it, that's all Sony. So
that's the Sony thing. Yep.
So they got to try and lock some stuff. You just recently told me you got the
3-hour game.
The 3-hour game, the prequel
3-hour
to
game,
this.
the game.
Ground Zeroes, right?
Yeah. Actually, I haven't played it yet, but like it's sitting on my like gaming table with the PS4. But
it's
I
on
should
the
get
backlog.
to it.
You should get to it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's that. That'll be happening. Then Microsoft, big stuff from Microsoft. So
I don't care about an Xbox One.
Well, they still have interesting stuff. I think.
Yeah, like I mean, like I'm a fighting game kind of guy, so Killer Instinct Season 2 is gonna be good. But
sure. Do you know people who have an Xbox One?
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
So you've played some Killer Instinct, the first season of that.
It's fun, but it has like the kind of problem with Mortal Kombat that I find how it's the kind of fighting game where there's like no middle ground of skill. You're either really trash or really good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Double Helix developed this originally, but they have now, of course, been bought by Amazon. Mm-hmm. So it's now under the supervision of Iron Galaxy. Dive Kick dudes, so you know, if you want to see some Killer Instinct Season 2, I'm expecting that Jafali and Dive and Kick are going to be introduced as characters, and
doubt it.
Well, we'll see. So that's happening. So the other ones that they have lined up: Fable Legends, Forza Horizon 2, Halo 5, Project Spark, Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive. Let's go and focus Fable Legends first of all. This, I don't think, is going to be like a major sequel, right? This is just going to be a spin-off, maybe, is what it seems like.
I honestly really like the Fable series. It's good.
Yeah. Well, I think Fable 3 divided a lot of people, though, right?
Yeah, like, I first started with Fable 2, and I really enjoyed it, even though people call it the worst one.
Well, fair enough. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what it's going to involve. Do you have any kind of inkling of what Fable Legends is going to have?
It's a Fable game.
It's a Fable game.
Yeah, it's just just like it's like I don't know. It's what I call a European RPG.
European RPG. Okay, fair enough.
There's the Western, the European, and there's the Eastern for me. And this one's very like. No, because I say that because everybody has like an English
accent,
voice.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Lionhead are
exactly. Lionhead is like mostly like UK based,
right? And it was formerly led by Peter Molyneux, who's British. So
Peter Molyneux is
Peter Molyneux.
he's a fucking god.
Right. So that's coming. Forza Horizon 2. It's the arcadey Forza game, the sequel to it on Xbox One. I don't care. Do you give a shit, Nagi?
No, I do not.
Okay, moving on. Halo 5 Guardians.
Didn't we talk about that?
I don't know, did we? We talked about it before we started recording, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Any opinion? Anything on Halo 5? Huh?
No.
No? Nothing? You shoot people, you shoot aliens.
Yeah,
That's what the Halos is all about, right?
And then after Halo 5, we have the make your own game.
Make your own game. Project Spark, which was shown at E3 last year, and was super focused with Kinect. So that's kind of screwed as well. Unfortunately, it seems like.
There's only one thing about Project Spark that I find really cool, and it's the Earth surfing.
Yeah, it was like fucking Frozone from The Incredibles, like creating your own ice thing to slide on.
Greatest.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a Minecraft-esque kind of world creation building tool.
Make your own game.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. Quantum Break and Sunset Overdrive. I think these are the two big hitters for me personally from the Microsoft that I'm interested in. Quantum Break has already been said it's going to be revealed at Gamescom, so I don't know what they're going to be doing with it at E3, if they're going to mention it at all, because they did say like Gamescom is the big reveal. So
watch them pull the like, you know how like some conferences in E3 they just showed the same exact footage as last year with a tiny mention.
Sure.
Probably what's going to happen.
They may do that, which would be a shame.
Isn't this game like the whole thing where you just like half TV show, half game or something?
Right. It's weird. It's one of those.
Like how's that gonna work with?
I don't know. I really don't know. You've got the Xbox original programming stuff going on as well with like the Halo TV show from Steven Spielberg. No idea how that stuff's gonna pan out.
Spielberg wait.
Yeah, they announced that at E3 last year, man.
I never heard of this. What the hell?
Yeah, Spielberg. He's doing the Halo TV show, exclusive to Xbox One. So. There you go. And then finally, Sunset Overdrive, which is super colorful, bright, pretty. I like the look of it. Just not really the gameplay that I'm into. It's an open world zombie game.
You mean like Team Fortress meets like comic book, like punk rockers meets zombies?
Right. Yeah. Have you seen the footage? Because a lot of this came out recently.
The only thing I've seen of Sunset Overdrive is the CG trailer from last year.
Well, the game looks pretty similar to that, to be honest, and you're basically doing stuff.
It looks extremely quirky. Like
it does. I mean, like there's a fireworks gun. You shoot fireworks. There's a nuclear teddy bear which shoots out teddy bears who then explode like mini nuclear explosions.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's weird. It's very Insomniac. So. Cool, very cool. So that's Microsoft. Let's move on to Nintendo.
This actually might be something that I'm like I guess I could say for the first time in this recording that this whole list by this one developer is really gets really excited.
It does. It's generally.
I mean the entire list, not just like 3 or 4 games.
Right. So let's go from the top. Start off with Bayonetta 2.
I think I'd be more excited for this game than you, right?
Oh, definitely. Like I own the first Bayonetta on PS3, and I haven't played it yet. But that's something that I need to do before this game comes out, because I want to know, will I enjoy Bayonetta? Is it something that I'm into, so that then I can go and buy the sequel?
I don't know. Maybe you have it on PS3.
Yeah.
You may have your experience stunted by the fact that the loading times on PS3 are crazy, but.
That sucks. I didn't realize that.
No. Although, one thing you should keep in mind when you do play the first one is to you know how at the loading screen you could just you could just do attacks in the air and just do combos while you're waiting. Don't do that. It makes the loading times longer.
All right. Well, thanks for the advice. I'll get to that. But you're excited for Bayonetta 2, yeah?
Oh yeah, I love the first one.
All right. Well, there you go. Hyrule Warriors, also known as Zelda Muso. Is
I can't wait for this one, dude. I can't wait for every single game on this list.
So I really don't give a shit about this game because I don't care about Dynasty Warriors in any way.
Yeah. I don't know. I am a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, so I know I'm gonna enjoy this.
So it's really cool. They've announced Impa as a playable character. She looks like a badass. My God, I
haven't seen that screenshot. Show me.
You should have a look at it. I'll show you after. I can't find it right now.
Okay.
But there's some, so she's a playable character, and then Volvagia from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
There's a guy who's wearing a Volvagia costume. I think he's a personified version of that boss, and he's an enemy or a boss character in the game.
Oh
wow. So it seems really cool. Just adding all these Zelda universe characters.
I just found a screenshot of Impa. She looks like the female version of Girahim, dude.
She does, yeah. She does have a bit of a Girahim look to her, which is really, really neat.
Yeah,
so,
it's still really nice though. It's a good outfit.
You know what? If this comes out and it goes down in a price drop, I might pick it up at some point.
I don't know, like anything with like anything with Zelda on it, I'll play and I'll like, and it's especially when it's just like this might sound really skewed, even because I am a huge Zelda fan, like I am, but
Yeah.
I've been wanting to like I've been wanting like Nintendo to like shift the 3D Zelda series combat to something more of like a, widespread action.
Which is basically Dynasty
Yeah,
Warriors.
yeah. No,
Well,
like
so I guess you kind of are getting your wish to some degree.
no, because like let's be honest, like in the actual games, Link is a fucking tank. Like one-on-one lock-on fighting shouldn't be a thing anymore.
Well, I don't know. It's worked for them for a while. I think until they kind of decide that it's not working, then they're gonna not change it.
Something no, because like you compare like a sword fighter like Link to like crazy action dudes like Kratos and like Dante and Bayonetta and shit. And it's just like Link just can't stand a candle to like the amount of like physical action they could do.
Well, that's because his games never involve him doing any of that stuff. So. So there you go. Anyway, talking to Zelda, the actual Zelda game Nintendo internally developed, set to be revealed. Set to be revealed. So, what do you think, Nagi? Do you think they're gonna stick to the art style of that tech demo? What do you think?
I wish they would.
I don't think it's gonna stay to that. I think
I really wish that the tech demographics are gonna be used for this game.
Yeah.
It looks so beautiful. I would like swear them off if they didn't. Right?
Well, they could pull Wind Waker 2 out of the ass, and then I'm pretty sure you'd still be happy about that because you're a huge Wind Waker fan.
One thing I will say though is that I'm gonna be very disinterested in the game if there's no voice acting.
Well, I'm prepared to be disinterested.
Don't say that.
Well,
I'm hoping Aonuma would finally turn a leaf on the whole voice acting Zelda situation.
Maybe. Well, they're certainly looking to change a lot of the formula. Maybe that'll be something that they look at.
Because one thing I'll tell you right now, and like I haven't really mentioned this at all, but Nintendoland, right?
Yeah.
Monita is an amazing voice.
Monita, you're telling me the voice acting for Monita from Nintendoland, the fucking robot? Are you?
Dude, her voice is actually really good.
Okay, sure, all right.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Pokemon 3rd Gen remakes. What will be there? Will we see some new Mega Evolutions revealed at E3? Maybe.
Yeah. Definitely.
You think maybe? I think there's a possibility because they did talk about X and Y at E3 last year. They revealed some stuff.
They had that like private showroom conference. Like
yeah, they did. They did. Yeah. So I think that maybe that's something that could happen. Although the 3DS game that they're going to reveal in the developer roundtable this year is an unannounced one apparently, so that's not going to be Pokemon. But
yeah, I actually know about that whole thing, and I'm hoping it's a 4th Golden Sun.
Well. That could be something.
Because I don't know, like considering the cliffhanger of Dark Dawn, there needs to be another one.
I don't know, man. Camelot have recently finished up Mario Golf, so I don't think they'd be that early into development. So I don't know. It's a possibility, but
I don't know, but
I wouldn't get your hopes up, to be honest.
Really hoping for for the next Golden Sun on 3DS.
Right. Well, the next game is one that you are going to be able to play because this is Super Smash Brothers on 3DS and Wii U, and because you live in the American places and they have the Best Buys over there and they're doing the whole Best Buy thing, you can go play it.
I will be playing it with people on like next Wednesday. Yes.
You're going to have to let us know what you think of it.
And okay. Like it is my mission for the probably 10 to 20 minutes that I have the game in my hands. I will attempt to main Wii Fit Trainer.
Yes, you should do that. You should do the morning sun dance, whatever the fuck. All these
because like I'm so excited for how she plays. She looks like a really strong character.
She looks really interesting, definitely. So so super hyped for that. I'm excited to watch the tournament as well, the Invitational. And see how that pans out. And we've got all the Wii U GameCube adapter, which I'm so happy they have done. Oh my god, amazing.
Imagine you could actually use that for like GameCube Virtual Console games.
Right? That's something that I'm hoping maybe.
Like, yeah, that'd be like you're literally playing on a GameCube at that point.
Yeah, basically. So so then the final one is of course X, The sequel to Xenoblade.
I
Oh
think
man,
you're excited for this game than I am.
I am. Well, I'm a big fan of Xenoblade, and I am just. Oh, this game looks so great. This is, in my opinion, this is the visual showpiece for the Wii U. Like, this is the game that tells people like this system ain't fucking around. It makes good looking games, and
Imagine the name is still called X when it comes out.
God, you know what? My prediction is that they will reveal the actual name at the E3 this year. So I'm hoping they will actually say what the name of the game is.
Introducing X.
Introducing X. Anyway, let's go to the next developer, which is NIS, and very Japanese here, all the Japanese nonsense. We've got Danganronpa 2. Have you played Danganronpa? It's a Vita game.
That you just answered my question.
Okay. Danganronpa is a really interesting Vita game, one that I want to get. It's basically based on some anime, I think, about these really talented high school students who all get taken and put in this one place, and they each they get murdered one at a time, and people have to figure out who murdered the person and stuff. It's a twisted visual novel kind of game.
Oh, so it's like a really sick like murder mystery.
Right.
Oh,
it sounds
dude,
really interesting.
Actually, I would play that now.
I'm sure you would. That's kind of right up your alley. So
yeah, gruesome, disgusting,
cool.
like yeah.
Then we have Fairy Fencer F. I literally have no fucking clue what this is. Any idea?
This is the successor to Hyperdimension and Tunia. Oh shit.
Okay, I don't know what that is either. So
it's okay. The Hyperdimension series is essentially this really Eastern and like really cutesy anime-esque RPG about girls that take the form of consoles, and the whole
what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Basically, the premise of the game is that your party characters are these like young girls in very revealing outfits that
of course, otherwise it wouldn't be a JRPG.
That take the form of the Xbox 360, the Wii, and the PS3. as the visual motifs, and their whole premise is to fight against piracy. Do you know?
Are you serious? Is this real?
Yes, and do you know what one of the bosses are?
No.
A DS flash card.
What the fuck? That is not right. And this is a lie. Are you fucking serious?
Do you want me to show you the premise of the game?
You can show me later. I'm too stunned. All right. Next up, Natural Doctrine.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of this, but I don't actually know what it is. I'm guessing it's just another JRPG because NIS. My voice has just gone weird. Because it's NIS, I'm guessing it's just another JRPG. I don't know. The box art looks cool. It's like an arch which has been broken, and there's some nice lights and fancy stuff. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to Sega. Sega, who have
Alien Isolation.
Right, Alien Isolation. A lot of people burned by the last Alien game that came out, which
I don't even like any of the games. I like the movies a lot, but the games don't suit me.
Well, the last game just had that horrible thing where they showed it at E3 and it looked amazing, and then the final release came out and it was just garbage.
You know what that reminds me of, actually?
What?
Ubisoft blatantly lying on the graphics performance of Watch Dogs.
Yeah, well, it happens. It happens in this industry, and it's a shame. But Alien Isolation looks super fucking scary, and is not a game I ever want to play because it would.
It's a pansy, dude. Like
I can't deal with horror. Look, I'm holding my hands up. Not my thing.
I'm gonna get you to play like Evil Within one day.
You are not. I am never gonna do that, and that is not happening. Nope. Anyway, this seems like a game that you would actually. Seems like a game you'd actually be interested in because it's horror and scary and hiding.
Not really.
Alien. I think it's cool. Anyway, Hatsune Miku Project Diva F a second. Hatsune Miku, of course, the virtual singer anime girl, which I still don't understand. It's an
otaku thing.
It is indeed. So yeah, it's Hatsune Miku. You can expect basically the same thing as the first.
Bliss to go crazy over this game.
The first Project Diva F. So there you go. Sonic Boom, Nintendo exclusive game for 3DS and Wii U, and the character models for which caused quite a stir, and they are, in my opinion, completely fucking horrendous. I think that Sonic Boom character models look awful. And
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the game's going to be like, but I'm not a fan of those designs whatsoever.
I
You're trying to justify the models.
It's not even that.
What?
It's more in the sense that I'm not phased by it.
Okay, fair enough.
You know,
you know, in the end, it's not going to affect the gameplay in any way.
Like,
So
I am a Sonic fan in general. Like I have a lot of games.
yeah.
And it's just like,
so I recently played Generations, which I think was fantastic. I really like Generations.
And one of the things of being a Sonic fan that gets me mad at other Sonic fans is there extreme
Complaining?
Over complaining of visuals in a Sonic game. I'm just like, oh my god, just get over that.
Yeah.
Plus, like the character designs are like decent-ish. Like Sonic has a scarf.
I can't.
And,
I can't.
And Amy actually looks more badass and acrobatic, so I like that.
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to disagree on that, to be honest.
And freaking, like Tails is basically just like Amelia Earhart, but like as Tails.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's Sega. Let's talk about Sony, the final of the big three. Let's go through the ones they have. So we've got Driveclub, Helldivers, Hohokum, The Order 1886, Rhyme, and Uncharted 4. So Helldivers and Hohokum.
Last Guardian. Fuck you.
Well, we'll talk about that. Helldivers and Hohokum, they're both, I believe, indie games, which will just basically fall in line. I'm pretty sure Sony are going to have a big indie presence again this year. Just going to bring out developers onto the stage and be like, hey, we got these guys. Again, like, this is all going to be stuff that has been on PC or will come to PC anyway, so for my money it's not really a big deal because I can get these games cheaper and sooner than they're coming out on PS4 anyway. So
you know that I don't give a shit about indie games.
Yeah, you're not really one for any indie games, so
nope.
So there we go. Driveclub, or should we say Driveclub, the game which should have come out at the PS4 launch and is still not out. For some reason, I'm not quite sure why.
Isn't Driveclub like PS4 graphics demo of the game?
Yeah, that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with it, honestly. I'm not sure what that game's going to turn out like.
Wasn't like last year when they showed this game? Wasn't it like, I might remember wrong, but like the entirety of the U.S. is in the game. You could drive from New York to California.
I think that you are confusing it with The Crew.
Oh, yeah, The Crew is the one where the entirety of the U.S. is the game.
Right, that's Ubisoft. Right. We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
Driveclub, I think, has a similar kind of open world style going on for it, but they're like, it's all about creating teams and clubs, as it were, and racing against other clubs and that kind of thing. Something like that. I don't know. I don't care enough to know.
Yeah, racing. Yeah, racing games is for like other. I don't know. Bally likes racing games, right?
Bally likes racing games. Maybe. I doubt he would go out and buy a PS4 for fucking.
I was gonna say, time for Bally to get into shift to get a non-Nintendo console, right?
Right, exactly. Anyway, moving on, The Order 1886, which just got delayed. So everything seems to be being delayed to 2015, and it looks like that's going to be a huge year. So many games coming out.
Still can't wait for this game.
It looks neat. You know, I'm a fan of cover-based third-person shooters.
It's also it kind of like the story kind of like takes factors from the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, it's very kind of like, it's Victorian mixed up with steampunky kind of image.
I was gonna say, like, when I first saw this game last year, I called it Mass Effect in the Victorian era.
Yeah, it does kind of have that sort of feel to it. I'm not sure if it'll be very RPG-y, though. Like, it seems much more of a straight-up third-person action game. But it's definitely looking decent. Like, unfortunately, this is the thing. It's like they're going to show it, but we're not going to get it on PS4 until next year. But it'll be there. So
I don't know, man. Like, my investment into PS4 was good, so I know what I'm paying for, and everything just looks fantastic right now.
Well, next on the list is Rhyme. Now,
when I first saw the name of the Rhyme, I thought it was like some Japanese dude trying to say lime.
God damn it! No.
It's being made by Tequila Works.
Oh my god, it is! Oh my god, wow! That's hilarious.
We're at Nintendo. We have.
Anyway, Rhyme looks super cool. Right, okay. It looks super cool.
Sorry.
Let's get back on track, Nagi. It looks super cool because it's like Wind Waker art style with kind of an eco art style. It's like blending those two games. Eco and Wind Waker is what a lot of people described it as, and it looks gorgeous. I don't know what the hell it's going to be about and what. I haven't
seen it at all. I just know the name.
Well, you should definitely look up some footage of Rhyme because that game is a beautiful sight to behold. I'm not gonna lie.
This is like the good kind of cell shaded.
Yeah, well, do you know what I'm saying when it looks like it is Wind Waker merged with Eco?
You know what this looks like a like a PS4 upgrade to Wind Waker HD.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm not sure what sort of a game it will be, but it looks like kind of maybe a puzzle exploration style thing. Doesn't seem too combat-y, platforming elements to it, so
yeah,
definitely that's something I'm interested in for certain. And then to close things out, we have, of course, the big one, Uncharted 4. I don't know what they're going to do here because we've heard so much stuff about the layoffs going on at Naughty Dog. Amy Hennig has left and Justin Richmond has left. Those were the two leads on Uncharted 3, and they're now gone. They've actually passed over the development of Uncharted 4 to Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, who led development on The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And I think that they'll do a great job of it because they headed up Uncharted 2, which a lot of people view as the best of the Uncharted games.
Oh, I love to. Well, except crazy like Blue Ape guys that come out of
right. Well, I mean that's just the thing with Uncharted. There's always some stupid fantasy nonsense at the end. But yeah, I don't know because so many people have left Naughty Dog. Some key figures have left involved with Uncharted 4. So I don't know what's going on with that. Will they have enough to show that's full on in development? It's hard. It's really hard to say, but I'm going to say at least there will be a mention and maybe some kind of CG trailer, if nothing else.
Yeah. If there's one thing I'm kind of like weirded out by this game is that what left is there in terms of worldwide treasure myths, because they have like Shambhala and they have like the Columbus's treasure voyage. What other treasure myth is out there that they can do?
Well, if there was the original teaser trailer for Uncharted 4, which showed like this map going over things, and I think there's probably some kind of hint there as to what they're going to be going after.
Yeah, I guess they could make up their own
yeah, I mean,
Uncharted
at this
treasure
point,
myth, but then it would just be weird.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's fucking fantasy anyway, isn't it? All these weird things happening, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know. I just cannot get over the fucking Blue Ape guys from 2 with the crossbows.
Look, those crossbows were powerful, man. They let you
one-shot them.
Exactly. You could one-shot them with it, which is why I liked them.
But then you're giant assault rifle, just just cannot hurt them at all.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's move on to Square Enix. I don't know why this list hasn't listed the two most important games.
Yeah.
But it's put Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade, which I literally don't give a shit about. So
yeah,
let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the games we do care about: Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15. What do you think we'll see from those at E3, Nagi?
Kingdom Hearts 3, nothing.
You don't think there'll be anything at all, not even a mention?
Do you remember Nomura blatantly expressing how they revealed it too early just for the E3 time?
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he believed that they revealed Kingdom Hearts 3 too early just so that they would have a Kingdom Hearts game to show at E3.
Well, and that game certainly seems it's really not far in development.
Why do you think it was the whole trailer was half a compilation of the older games and a really tiny CG scene?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so you're saying there's going to be nothing then?
Probably just a minor 10-second trailer or something.
So what about Final Fantasy 15 then? Because that game hasn't been in development for 8 years. Of course, it's probably changed a lot because it used to be Versus 13.
Yeah. It actually gives them like it basically forces them to release it now that it's a main series game.
Yeah, and I think that probably it'll be next year as well.
I am like, and this might sound like really wishful, but I'm really hoping for a March 15.
That would be nice, but I think it's too early. I think March is too early.
You think March 15 is early?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they're gonna make it that point.
I don't know. Like to me, it would just feel so perfect because
I mean, if anything, I would say Japanese release March may work. But then, you know, Western release later on in the year. If anything, it would be the Japanese release in March.
Honestly, if anything, I might just import it anyway because.
I mean, it's there's no region locking on PS4, so.
Yeah, I might just I don't know, like, I've been wanting this game for the longest time, dude. You don't even know.
Yeah, I know. It's looking pretty cool. It's looking very actiony and interesting. So I'm excited for it. Yeah. I'm excited for it. So, next up we have Telltale.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Not gonna say anything at all.
I don't care about Telltale Games.
Well, I love the Telltale games. I'm playing through Walking Dead Season 2 and Wolf Among Us. I think they're both fantastic, and I could not be happier that a Game of Thrones game is being made by them. I think they are the perfect studio to tackle something like this, and the content of Game of Thrones and how the universe works and everything, amazing. The less said about Tales from the Borderlands, the better, because I don't know that anyone at all cares for the story of Borderlands.
You know what's really funny, by the way?
What?
If you like, when you see the whole title, Tales of the Borderlands, at the bottom it says a Telltale Games series, so you know it's gonna be more than one.
Oh dear. Well, I don't know. Maybe if the reviews say it's interesting, I'll try it out because I like their style of game. I like that point and click stuff they're doing. So
I would much rather, like, if anything, I'd be more excited for like a Heavy Rain 2 than like any Telltale game.
Well, I'm sure that Quantic Dream are working on something. They had that Sorcerer demo last year, right, at E3. So
although
maybe
one thing I can't wait for is how they're gonna implement the tits and wine scene in the game. I want to see that happen.
Such a line.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So let's move on. Telltale, the final big press conference, which is from Ubisoft, and let's go through these ones, and then we'll hit the relevant stuff. So, Assassin's Creed Unity. They're gonna have the other Assassin's Creed game, which is Assassin's Creed Comet, is the name, I think. Far Cry 4, The Crew, The Division, and Valiant Hearts: The Great War, which I don't even have a clue what that is.
Me neither.
A puzzle adventure game. Well, interesting. Oh, apparently this is using the Ubi Art framework, which is the same engine as they used for Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends, and also the recently released Child of Light.
I don't like that art engine.
I love it. I think it's really cool. It's basically built so that the artists can just draw, and whatever they draw will just zap straight into the game, which I think is neat.
It's just really just like flat.
Well,
washed out to me.
No, I can't agree. I can't agree with that. I really like the art style. I think it's fantastic. But I think it also has to do with the fact that you play games on fucking CRT, so you wouldn't know how good they look on a nice HD display.
My 12-inch black and white CRT television.
You live in the dark ages, Nagi. I don't even know how you play video games, but
dude, I've been playing Watch Dogs on that shit. It's so fun.
Dude, if you saw Rayman Legends running on a full 1080p display, you would have a different opinion. I'm telling you that.
Like, I don't know. Like, and I've noticed there's like not even a frame of lag when I play, so it's all good.
Whatever. So let's hit Assassin's Creed. The two games coming out, Unity and Comet. I don't know. One of them's going to be current gen. One of them's going to be last gen.
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since 1, so I don't even give a shit.
Well, everyone says that 1 is the worst game in the series.
Funny,
so
I really liked it for what it was.
You really like? Well, I think a lot of people are kind of heralding the good Assassin's Creed games as 2 and 4 at the current moment. A lot of people really liked 4, and so I think that Ubisoft should really just take that concept and spin it off into its own thing as like a pirate franchise.
Yeah, you know what? I was just gonna say about that actually. You know what Ubisoft could do because I think as its own like single premise game would really work considering the reception. A naval ship fighter.
Yes, they could because they kind of have that engine built.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Although, like, that entire thing
and-
is built into a larger game anyway, so...
yeah, but I'm just saying though, like a whole naval ship pirate fighter game would really work out.
Maybe, maybe. Then, of course, we have Far Cry 4. Loads of people love Far Cry 3 in 2012, not last year. Any thoughts on Far Cry?
Nope.
Nope. It's another open world first person shooter, but a lot of people really liked it, and I don't know. We'll see what they show. See what they show of that. The Crew. This is the game you were kind of insinuating about earlier.
The racing game where the entire the entire U.S. is.
Yeah, the whole of the United States represented that you can drive around, which seems bonkers. I'm sure it's not to scale. I'm sure they've kind of mini-sized it down, but apparently it takes like hours.
Like the city of New York is like 10 feet.
Yeah. Well, apparently it does take like true hours to drive from side to side.
Okay.
So you can do that, and seems interesting. Tom Clancy's The Division. This was a big one last year.
Wasn't this the game that when they demoed it, they had like the really boring ass like people playing it? They're just like, oh, look at that door.
Yeah, they had people people on voice chat talking while playing it,
and they were like so monotonous and had like no action to their.
Yeah. But this seems like a concept that so many people are doing, and it's the same with what the Crew is doing. Just massive open world multiplayer online. Just I don't know. It's the MMO being transformed. Destiny's doing it. You know these games.
And one thing I still really loved from last year's conference was after they showed the game, they like dropped like fake money when they warned that a virus can be in anything.
Yeah,
just like you see in our game now, die.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh no. Oh man. Well, that's Ubisoft. Let's move to the final publisher. It's going to be Warner Brothers, and they have an interesting mix, definitely. So we got Batman, the new Batman, Arkham Knight, Dying Light, Lego Batman 3, Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, Mortal Kombat 10, and The Witcher 3. Real good lineup, I think. Real good lineup for those guys.
Yep.
Let's hit the Batmans first of all. The Lego Batman. Again, not much to say on that. It's a Lego game.
Yeah, I'm not into any Lego games.
No, I'm sure people will enjoy it regardless. It's just Lego. Batman Arkham Knight.
Gonna get that first day.
Looking really hot, honestly.
Especially when Kevin Conroy's coming back.
Oh yeah, definitely. It got. I think Mark Hamill's back as well as the Joker. So that's certainly a thing. And of course, in this game, going to be able to drive around in the Batmobile.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's going to be.
I just realized
nice
that Nolan North is a penguin.
He is. Yeah. Do you not know that?
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. He's got that. He's getting his British accent on, right?
Oh my god, dude! Like the voice acting work for Knight is just like the most like ensemble, like Kevin Conroy, and Troy Baker, and Nolan North, Tara Strong.
Who is Troy Baker playing?
Two-Face.
Oh really? Okay.
It's like the most like.
Well, in this day and age, if Troy Baker isn't in your game, then you're doing something wrong.
It's funny because Troy Baker's in Advanced Warfare.
Is he really? Oh
yes,
my goodness.
Yes, he's in COD.
Wow. Well, he gets around. I tell you what. He's a talented dude though, so I'm not gonna hold it against him. He's very very talented. So, Dying Light, which is I believe like this horror game.
If it's horror, I'm getting it.
Yeah. It's a survival horror, first-person survival horror, and apparently this is going to implement a really interesting feature where if you're live streaming it, people in the live stream chat can influence what happens in the game.
How does that work?
I don't know how it works, but apparently there's something they're building in.
So, one thing I do know though is that like Microsoft and their partnership with Twitch and Sony and the partnership with Ustream wasn't. So like I guess they could code it with the streaming apps.
Right. But also, which I think you'll find much more interesting, this game has a heavy focus on free running mechanics. So it's going to be a Mirror's Edge style zombie apocalypse game.
Looks like a parkour.
Right. So I think that's something you'll definitely be interested in.
Probably.
So then we have Shadow of Mordor, which a lot of people are really high on right now. Honestly, apparently
I thought you would be because you're like Lord of the Rings guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've never really gone into Lord of the Rings games before, but this one apparently looking very kind of like open world Assassin's Creed style third person game.
I was gonna say that this looks like the Hobbit take on Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's apparently very kind of Assassin's Creed with not Lego, fucking Lord of the Rings mashed up. Which I'm interested to see how that shakes out. Definitely. I don't know what press conference would see that at.
Yo, imagine climbing the tower, like Assassin's Creed style that has like
Elberon. I think I did see something of someone diving off a thing which looked like Assassin's Creed, so that's why I got the idea that it was like that. Then we got Mortal Kombat 10, which was revealed like yesterday. So
just yesterday.
real fresh news here. I know there was a lot of people who loved the last Mortal Kombat game that came out, especially the single player content. People were really high on. Did you play 9?
Oh hell yeah!
And what do you think of it?
It was fantastic. I've been in tournaments. I've top 8'd some stuff.
Well, I'm Nagi. I'm amazing at fighting games.
I still want to play you in Soul Calibur. I want to kick your ass so bad.
You will fucking destroy me. I can't even. So yeah, that's coming out. That's the only Mortal Kombat game I ever owned was a Wii Mortal Kombat game, which used motion controls to do. Ew. Yeah. I thought it was cool at the time. It's just not.
That's like, yo, did you ever actually try playing DBZ Connect? Oh my god.
No, I didn't. I never played like, Dragon Ball Z Connect.
It's fantastic. You should watch Fizzy's video of him.
I did. I saw his video of it. It looks amazing.
It is the greatest thing of all time, man.
Indeed. Well, let's close this out with the last game on the list, which is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. In my opinion, the best looking next-gen game that anyone has shown. The trailer for that makes it look unbelievable. Holy shit. So, I have The Witcher 2 on PC. People saying it's a really great game, so I am going to try that out and see what I think of it. But in terms of visuals, man, that one knocks it out of the park. Holy shit. It does indeed. So
I'm seeing screenshots of Witcher 3. It's very... it's one of those graphics engines that have like a lot of like contrasting color while also having like the lighting shape off and to make it look really like drastic.
So what I'll say is you shouldn't look at screenshots. You should watch the video running because it makes a big difference. It makes a very big difference.
Okay.
But I think that was about it.
We need to mention how like the very first part of the video, fucking where's Last Guardian?
Right. So let's talk about that shit. Nagi, prediction time. Sony's predictions. Will Last Guardian be at the show? Will they show it in their press conference? Will it be playable? What will happen?
It's so... I wanted to be there so bad. I want that game.
Man, I'm just
It's just like just like Final Fantasy 15 where it skipped the whole generation. Like it's crazy.
It does seem like just studios in Japan, like Studio Japan, are having the trouble over there. They're having troubles in terms of development time. Nintendo seems to be kind of the lone ranger who are actually putting games out in timely fashion, albeit some of them quite late, but they're getting stuff out there.
It's like I'm looking at the list of all 6 games for Nintendo to be shown.
Yeah.
Isn't like every single one of them except for Zelda Wii U is coming out this year.
Yeah, they should be at least. Hyrule Warriors is coming out, I think, September in Japan. It'll probably be before the end of the year.
So Bayonetta 2, Hyrule Warriors, and X are going to be the games to play on Wii U this year.
So X has been confirmed for Japan 2014, but I don't know if it's going to hit the West in 2014. I think that might be delayed for the West. Bayonetta 2 probably going to be out end of this year. Smash will be, and obviously Pokemon will be. So
yeah.
So yeah, those do all.
And I kind of want to talk about Nintendo's decision to not have a conference again.
Okay.
It's I don't know.
What do you think?
So hold on. I actually want to hear. I actually want to hear like your opinion on it first before I elaborate.
I think it sucks. Straight up, I think
Yeah.
it's really a bummer. And I was watching a lot of stuff today. The CVG put up an article showing the top Nintendo E3 moments, and so many of them are not really related to like game reveals or anything. It's just related to stuff that is said on stage, and just the presence of people like Reggie and Iwata, and the hijinks that happens in the presentation, and those memorable moments, right? Like the moments with Reggie like saying my body is ready, and all these things, these memes that grow, like all these well-known internet memes that grow from the Nintendo press conference. I think that's what I miss most about it, is the on-stage presence.
And there, for me, there is something that they could have cultivated so greatly if they had a conference this year, but they missed on the intense opportunity. Because keep in mind, this is E3 2014. This is gonna be it's gonna be the 10-year anniversary of the TP reveal.
It is indeed. It's the 10-year anniversary of one of the biggest E3 things ever.
So they could have just hailed this year as like a stage show where 10 years later, after revealing Twilight Princess, they revealed the next like Wii U Zelda. As like a thing,
Oh man, it would have been so perfect. It would have been a perfect storm, but
yeah. And I also people just throw around the detail that they're losing funds, so like a stage show would be costly. But honestly, like the payoff in the end just bounces back so hard.
I think it does, and we're talking about multi-billion-dollar corporations here. It's not like an E3 press conference is really gonna hit them that hard in the wallet, is it? So
exactly.
So I don't know.
And honestly, one of the other big things that I've noticed was that I think Nintendo is trying really hard to not get like negative reactions. Like they don't want like boos from a crowd. They want to just hide behind like a computer screen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think they definitely would have got that last year if they'd had a press conference last year.
Exactly.
If they had revealed on a stage show that Retro's new game was another Donkey Kong, I don't think that would have gone down well.
And they wanted to avoid that face-to-face audience crowd
Yeah, exactly. That's very true.
I'll be honest. For this year, they have nothing to fear. So I don't know why they're not doing a stage show at all.
I don't know.
Because they have so many games to show.
I think, they are renting out the Nokia Theatre. They're still doing that because they're doing the Smash Brothers Invitational Tournament, right? Yeah. So I think that's going to be their main live event, which I'm still really amped for. I'm really excited to watch that. But
so, here's my question though: how is the Nintendo digital event even going to go?
Right, I don't know. See, that's the thing, is that they're calling it a digital event, but it's basically just going to be, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like a video thing, it's basically a glorified Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, I was going to say, would it be some 2-hour Direct or something?
I don't know. Well, the reason I think they're not calling it a Nintendo Direct is to kind of minimize backlash. If they call it something else that isn't Nintendo Direct, then I think they don't catch as much flack from the press and from fans as they would have done if they said, it's just a Nintendo Direct. It makes it sound more special and like something more grand,
And something I'm really kind of predicting about this whole thing is that, Smash for 3DS comes out in the summer.
Yeah.
And they're having these giant Smash plans for next week for E3.
Yeah.
I'm predicting that the entire cast is going to be shown.
You think they will... Every character?
Well, okay.
Every character?
Except for how Bro had 6 secret characters that weren't shown at all. They're gonna show all the characters that aren't secret characters.
Okay. I think that maybe that is a possibility. There'll definitely be big character reveals. There will be Smash character reveals.
I'm still hoping for either Isaac or Matthew or Palutena.
I think Palutena is a good bet, honestly. I think she is a good bet.
I'm so surprised that Isaac or Matthew aren't characters yet.
I'm not, because they're not huge. I mean, Golden Sun's a big thing, but it's not massive.
No, I feel as if Golden Sun has is a pillar in the Nintendo lineup, in my opinion.
To me,
think so?
Golden Sun characters fall much more on the side of assist trophy which he was an assist trophy in Brawl, right?
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Do you think that the Golden Sun series is like a pillar in its own right?
I think it has a lot of big fans, and I think it's an important series for Nintendo, but I don't know that they have space on the roster to include.
If they have like Marth and Ike, and Chrome's gonna probably be there too.
I don't know.
I did not understand Ike at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Marth and Chrome.
Yeah, that was a real shocking one for sure. That was a shocking one.
Yeah, and then if Sakurai was going through my dreams, he'd put Thard in there.
Well, nothing is, with fucking Greninja as a playable character, everything's off the table, I say.
Yep.
Like, anything's possible.
Dude, fucking Talonflame's next, man.
Right? Right? Anyway, anything else we want to say before we close this out? Any crazy wild predictions? Do you think there's going to be new hardware released by anyone? You think Nintendo going to do, like, a new revision of the 3DS?
Probably the one thing that I would like to see is for them to is to like turn the Pro Controller into the main playing device.
So you want them to get rid of the gamepad?
Essentially, yeah.
Well, that's not happening because they've already said they're doubling down on the gamepad. So.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, they've already said like they're focusing on the gamepad. The one thing we didn't mention is the NFC figures, right? Because that's going to be a big thing, and that's going to use the gamepad as well.
No, but oh, yeah, it kind of comes with me. And the new Zelda to be shown. I hope it isn't gamepad only.
Well, I don't know. I think they're going to do something.
Yeah, because like Wind Waker HD, you could use a Pro Controller.
Yeah, you could, but you still had
still
had the option of using like inventory management, right? So
if the new Zelda is gamepad only, it's gonna really kill it for me.
I don't know. The way they've been going so far with their big franchises like Donkey Kong and like Mario Kart, it's like the gamepad isn't necessary. Like it's really perfunctory.
Exactly.
So there is a possibility there, and maybe it will happen. So. I don't know. We'll see. Loads of stuff to get excited about. I'm hyped, man. I'm ready for some E3.
So what are your top 3 games?
Top 3 games I'm excited to see. I would say Zelda for Wii U. I would say Last Guardian. And,
you're funny.
Yeah. And I don't know. Third one's hard. I want to see Metroid. I want to see some Metroid.
Oh, dude, freaking!
That's what I'm looking for.
Like, I hope the next Metroid game is a Prime 4.
Yeah, well, Bally certainly hopes that as well. He's predicted that anyway. He thinks there's going to be a new Prime. So, what about you? What are your 3 games you're looking forward to?
Fantasy 15, Evil Within, and
Lost Guardian.
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna...
Give into the hope, Nagi. Hope. It will become reality.
Final Fantasy 15, Evil Within, and Bayonetta 2.
All right, sounds solid to me. That's gonna be that. I guess we after the Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo press conferences, we can do another one of these. We can react, right? We'll do some reactions.
Yep.
And talk about all the shit that got announced
for like the 10-second explosion of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, obviously that has to be talked about. So that's gonna be it. Thank you for listening to this, and we'll see you at E3.